Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Well, I started a program 3 days ago talking about the uh, matured adult health issues. I talked about the head, all the problems the head can have that we need to be aware of, and we need to take care of ourselves. Today, I need to talk about the neck. Remember the head, the neck. We need to talk about the neck and the chest and the abdomen. So the neck is the organ that holds the head to the rest part of the body. Can that neck be challenged? Yes. Challenges that can occur to the neck could be grave disease or problems with the thyroid gland. The thyroid gland is the gland that, though it is small, it's just like a butterfly, very small, tiny, but it is very effective for our well-being. It allows us to have strength to continue the job that we are doing. It protects us from our hair falling. It has the effect to make sure we are not depressed. The thyroid gland is a gland that is very effective. The challenges the thyroid gland can have, one, could be grave disease, when the body itself rejects the thyroid gland function. That one leads to an increase of the hormones in our body system. The hormones of the thyroid gland and the thyroid hormones, T3, 3, 4, when they are increased or when they are decreased, they have effect on our body. And such effects will be having sexual dysfunction. We are very tired, we are always very weak, complaining of being tired every minute. Remember? So if you find yourself getting tired for no reason, check your thyroid. Apart from that, it can give us muscles of bone problem, aches in our bones. Apart from that, what else can thyroid do? It can have problem with your abdomen, with your intestine, that you have to be visiting the bathroom almost every time, going for loose stool. It can affect your hair. You just find that your hair is falling. After washing your hair, you comb. A lot of it is taken out of you. Normally, 50 to 100 strands of hair is supposed to be lost per day. But this is so much, volumes of it are being lost. Check your thyroid. What else can affect our thyroid, or what problem can the thyroid give us? Muscles. I told you about your muscles and your bones. I told you about giving you a big gland swelling. We call it goiter. The swelling that disfigures your neck is huge and it has to be operated upon. Don't forget that the thyroid gland, if it's enlarged, has to be operated upon. So you need to go for a periodical medical checkup to find out if your thyroid is still effective, hasn't got any problem. Sorry about that noise. That noise is from my handsome grandchild. Very quiet, doing his own thing. I did this video a few hours ago, but I couldn't find it, so I have to repeat it. We are moving from the thyroid gland now, which can affect our neck. Now let's go to our chest. Our chest has got the lungs, remember? The ribs and the lungs. Then our heart. So let's look at our lungs. Our lungs can have problems from ourselves. Why? If we are exposed to smoke, either through smoking or where we are working in an industry, we have so much of smoke coming out of them, it can affect our lungs. We can have something we call chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD. When you just find out you cannot breathe, the lungs are not expanding any longer. Remember, the lungs have to expand when you breathe in and collapse when you breathe out. So you just have to make sure you check yourself. The lungs can have problems through your smoking. I know you say you can't quit smoking. That's not real. There's nothing you cannot control. You are the only species in this whole world that God has given the strength and authority to make amends to your life, to determine what you want. But because you want to live longer, you may have to choose between life and death. That's what I did when I had to correct myself too. I went through being bigger than this, which was affecting my heart and giving me so much of high blood pressure, high cholesterol level. I had to sit down and rearrange my life. That is why it is easy for me. I'm comfortable telling you what I have gone through and what I've looked after for over 41 years of being a nurse midwife in my job. Now, can we have other problems affecting our heart? Yes, remember, we have our heart. Our heart is the organ that pumps blood to the whole body, from our head down to our toes and our feet, and the sole of our feet. Can that organ have problems? Yes. That organ can be enlarged, cardiomegaly, when the heart is enlarged and it cannot even be held properly in that cage. When the heart is enlarged, the muscles are not contracting. Contractility of the muscles are defective. We have problems with the heart itself, the muscles of the heart. Then the chambers of the heart, there are 4 chambers in the heart. They can have problems. Some of them may not be able to contract and push the blood to the next chamber. We have so much of problem through high blood pressure. What is high blood pressure? It's an excessive pressure that the heart is using to pump blood to the rest part of your body. It's as if when the blocked tubes or the blood pipes of your water, just because of residues in the pipes, the water lumen is now narrowed, and the machine has to use so much of force to push the water to you. And when they continuously do that, one day it's going to fail. And that's why we have heart failure. Why do we have heart failure? Just because of the type of life we live, some stressors of our life that we do not control, that have effect on the muscles of our heart and on their veins and our arteries. High blood pressure affects a lot of people in the world. In Nigeria, for example, 4 out of 5 have got high blood pressure. Can you see how bad it is? In other countries too, a lot of people are having high blood pressure. Even they have not found out that children from age 9 are having high blood pressure because of the type of food. Those fat-rich food, too much of sugar, too much of junk food, are not good for the muscles of the heart, neither are they good for the veins and the arteries. Watch out for that. A lot of things you can curb yourself. You do not need to go and look for anything. The phone you have in your hand has got lots of information for you to survive. Check it out. The phone is not only for you to call your brother, your sister, your friends, your loved ones. There's so much of information that can change your lifestyle on the phone. Make use of it. From the heart now we move to the stomach. The stomach is the gland that we have on our left side that holds the food we eat. Because of the structure of our heart and our body system and stress, the stomach too can be depressed or have problems, such as what? Peptic ulcer disease. When there's a wound or a sore in your stomach due to your neglect of eating very well or eating regularly, it can affect you as a rich person or even a poor person. As a rich person, you don't have time. You are always on the go, from one meeting to another, from Japan to Edinburgh, from there to Los Angeles, from there to another country, Timbuktu. You are flying all over, you are not eating well, you are not sleeping well, you are not drinking well. You don't have food, yes, you can end up having peptic ulcer disease. When there's a wound in your stomach, which can give you signs before you eat or after eating. So much of severe abdominal pain that can hold you as if you are going to die. You can't stand, you cannot sit. The pain can only be relieved when you take something like an antacid, especially milk, or you drink water, or you take medications. And at times, the infection can even cause you to have problems. You need to check it out. What else can we have in our abdomen? The intestines of the abdomen too can have problems. The long intestine, the short intestine can have problems. And even the worst that will happen could be cancer. Cancer of the intestine, cancer of the anus. There are so many problems that the body can have. That is why you have to sit down, pay attention to yourself. Manage your life. Take hold of your life. Be sure to manage your life. Don't let anybody manage it for you. Manage it yourself. Eat well. If 75% of your food could be fresh vegetables and fruits, and drink lots of water, you are going to live longer. 75% of the food that you consume, make sure there are fruits and raw vegetables. Take lots of water and rest. You will live longer. What about our pelvic region? The pelvic region has so much of organs that we need for reproduction or just enjoyment of life. We have the organs for the female. We have our uterus, the fallopian tube, and the vagina is there. When we introduce so much of problems there, we end up having problems from sexual relationship in either way. In as much as you introduce infection to that area, unfortunately, you cannot see it. The vagina plus the uterus plus the fallopian tube, they are inside, and you cannot see to the effect the infection has destroyed those organs. Before you know it, it's either you want to be pregnant, then you know you have problems with those organs, or you find out you are discharging abnormal discharges. Your discharge is supposed to be colorless or pure white. But when your discharges are now green, purple, and yellow, or offensive odor, or tenderness of your pelvic region, back pain, low abdominal pain, tenderness, pain there, then you must have caused something. You need to go for checkup. Don't forget your regular pap smear to check that area of your cervix to make sure you are not breathing anything of cancer. Remember, you need to check that one. We now move on to other problems such as pelvic inflammatory disease, like I just told you. When infection enters your pelvis, you end up having pelvic inflammatory disease from gonorrhea, from syphilis, from chlamydia, all the sexually transmitted diseases or sexually transmitted infections. They are there that can result into bigger problems for you now and in future. What about fibroid? Fibroid can occur. We are not contacting fibroid from anybody, but there are some people, especially people of my skin, we are prone to a lot of problems because of our skin color and where we are coming from. That's why we have to protect ourselves all the time. Fibroid could be inside your uterus, it could be outside. It can prevent you from being pregnant. It can prevent the pregnancy from growing to the time that you can have the baby alive. That you end up losing the baby just because of the fibroid that is grown, is huge. Some fibroid can even be bigger than the size of the baby if care is not taken. What about the male, the prostate gland? The male has got a very tiny prostate gland, which is the size of the lemon, that can be enlarged and cause problems for them as they grow older. Prevent them from urinating or have problems with their sexual relationship. So you need to know to check yourself, especially when you're a mature adult. This is my handsome grandchild who wants to stay with me while I do the podcast. And I can't say no. Can you see that? So you need to be very careful to look after yourself. Protect and prevent yourself from having problems. You can have control of your body by yourself. Make sure what you eat, what you drink are not harmful to your body system. And make sure you reduce your stress. A lot of this you cannot change, and those you can change, try to change them, and life will be better for you. Check for more videos. More videos are coming to open your eyes to how you can look after yourself as you are growing older. And click on my site, subscribe to my YouTube, share. Maybe one person's life can be saved, like I always told you. You may know a little bit about this information. I might have added more to you, but somebody may not even know anything. You want that person to know about it. Make sure you share the video with your friends. That will be very good for you. Love you always. Blessings.